Hello and welcome to Say Yes to You and Why You Don't. I'm Claudia Braun, holistic mindset and lifestyle coach for busy professional women who are really good at saying yes to others, but not necessarily as good at saying yes to themselves. So today let's talk about presence and your presence and what is a cost of your presence when you are running around from thing to thing, giving and giving to your family, your community, your extended community, contributing, your extended people that need you. How much of you gets left behind when you are going to these experiences? It's one thing to go somewhere and do for somebody, but when you're not in it, you're not there, what is the cost to others? One of my clients said to me that she noticed that she wasn't with her daughter. She was so focused on the other things that she had to do, the other commitments that she had, the places that she needed to go, the things she hadn't done, all of the unfinished business, that when she was taking her daughter after school, she realized she wasn't there. Or being with her and scrolling on her phone. So when you think about you, how much of you is not showing up to these things that you are attending? Your physical body's there, but you are not. So who is missing out on these experiences? You are one of the people that are missing out. But also, these people who are important to you also are missing out on you and your full presence, your spirit, your beingness. And it's not a judgment on you in any way. It really is more of an opportunity to look and ask yourself, all of these things that I'm saying yes to keep me from being able to show up fully, acknowledging what are the things that really are for you to do? What are the things you really want to say yes to? And it's part of owning your no. You can't really say yes to something unless you're giving yourself permission to say no. And part of the work that I do with my clients is really doing this extrication. You're like, think of it like an archaeologist, right? You're exploring, you got to pull out what's there, what's in the site, what do you need to, what here is of value. And clearly what's of most value is your presence. And it's okay to make that choice of where you want to be present to, where you want to fully be showing up. And part of it is really this willingness to go within and ask yourself, where do I want to be? And how do I want to be when I show up? Because if you're running from thing to thing, just to say you did it, just to say you were there, who wins in that, really? Because I know, and having worked with clients, I know how they feel just checking off all the things on your list to say you did it. And then at the end of the day, feeling, what happened? What did I really participate in? What was I really present to? What did I really feel a connection to? Because just being in a physical body somewhere does not mean a connection. And from that experience, you actually do the opposite of what you think you're doing. You're really taking away from yourself an experience that you could have when you allow yourself to fully be somewhere that you want to be. And it really is an opportunity to look within and see, do these things that I say yes to really give me value? Do I have value from participating? Is there something that I want to contribute? Is there something I'm getting from this? Because just to do something to please somebody else, but you don't really care about it, does not allow you to be doing things that truly are in alignment with who you are. And you give yourself such an opportunity when you allow yourself to do this internal questioning. How do I want to be when I show up? And if you've run around all day and you go to one more thing and you're just there, is that really giving you? And is that really allowing you to be the person that you want to be? One of my clients, after some time in working together, said to me, I really like the person I'm becoming. And I didn't know before that I wasn't being somebody I liked. I was just reacting to situations. And that's what happens when there's this constant saying yes to things. Like, how are you being when you get there? And in this world of so many distractions, it's very easy to go somewhere, to spend a lot of time somewhere, and to not even have had anything of value happen. You were just there. And you could say that you did it, and you could check something off your list. But true presence is your ability to truly experience something and be in the present moment with it. And as they say, right, our past doesn't exist. Our future doesn't really exist. All we have is now. And so asking yourself, where do I want to be now? So as you look at your day ahead or think about your week ahead, how do you want to play it? Because you, dear listener, have the ability to decide. It is this truth bomb that you can give yourself. How present am I? How present am I when I am with my kids? How present am I when I am sitting in front of a screen? How present am I? Or am I just mindlessly doing something? How present am I when I'm eating? So many times people eating are overeating because they're not present to the food they actually are eating. And I know it's something that I continue to remind myself of because it's so easy to be caught up on this very fast cycle of needing to get things done. And it's very easy to mindlessly do the next thing. But the gift of presence is something you give yourself and those in which you share this time and space with. Don't underestimate the power of you and what you contribute when you are fully present. And it's such a great challenge to offer yourself today of how does it feel when I actually pay attention to what somebody's fully saying? How are they saying it? Looking into someone's eyes and really seeing them, really seeing into them instead of just being in your head about what you're going to say next, about what you're going to do. And it's also an opportunity to find out whether or not you like something. Because when we're in that kind of rote experience, mindlessly showing up to things, you may not even know that you're doing something you don't actually want to do. I've had clients where they realized that they were in a regular group with people and they're like, I actually don't like it. You get to decide these things, but you don't give yourself an opportunity to decide or to know to yourself. You don't even know it because you're not fully present to finding out. And again, it's such a great gift that you give yourself and those whom you share this time with. Because when you're fully present to somebody, they feel it. You feel it. You feel such a good connection. I remember when I first started doing my internal work of really making changes, and it's been a number of years now, but I just remember the difference of my relationships with people, the connections with people, the conversations I had were just so much deeper, so much more connected because I was there. I was present and I could allow the experience to fully deepen and develop as opposed to something that is rote and at the surface. And truly, you become someone that you want to know. So, again, from today's conversation, I hope you take away the knowing that you get to ask the question, how present am I? And again, I hope the biggest thing you take away from this podcast, every episode, is the opportunity to have no judgment. Because when we drop the judgment on ourselves, we can look at ourselves honestly. When we are in judgment, we keep ourselves attached to what is. We judge ourselves, and you know that line, that which you resist persists. Judgment is we resist it. Who wants to be judged? I don't like to be judged. I know you don't want to be judged. None of us want to be judged. But yet, it's something that we may do unknowingly, unconsciously. So I invite you to ask yourself the question this week, today, as you're listening from this conversation, what am I showing up to, not present? How am I filling my days so full so that when I get there, I'm not actually that fully there. I'm thinking about the next things. And really kind of looking at like who misses out the most. I mean, really, you do. And then those who really care about you and love you don't get the full experience of you because you're not fully there. And you're not allowing yourself to even know what you know, right? If we're not present to something, we don't actually get to feel it, have a connection to it. We don't actually know how we are thinking about something because our mind is wrapped in the past or our mind is focused on what's going to be. We don't allow ourselves to be present to the situation going on. And the truth is the only thing that's going on is the situation here and now. Nothing else really going on. So again, this reminder today, ask yourself truthfully, Where am I not allowing myself to be present? How am I filling my days so much? By the time I get somewhere, I'm so tired, I'm so burned out, I'm so distracted. I got so many things on my mind that I can't be where I'm at. And again, it's not a judgment. It just it is. I was talking to a woman who was studying about astrology a bit, and I was saying that, it's kind of like the work I feel like I do with my clients. It's just getting good information, right? When we know where the planets are, we know where the stars are, that's just how they are. It's not a judgment. That's just how they are. And right now, it's not a judgment. It's just how it is. Difference between that, although the planets change as we change, right? The planets move. Same with us. But until we get an accurate assessment of what's going on, we can't change anything. And so pretending, oh, I'm so present when we're not, does not help us because it doesn't allow us to get the remedy for what we need for the situation. So, my friends, today, I really hope that you take this with you and leave a comment. Let me know, does this resonate with you? Are you noticing this to be true about yourself? And I'd love to hear where do you notice you're not present? Maybe you're not present because you don't really want to be there. So what is it for you? And is there an action that you're going to take or can take? I would love to hear. And if you haven't downloaded my 3 strategies to say yes to you and why you don't, I'm going to leave it in the show notes. And you can go to www.freebie.claudia-braun.com to access it. So, but again, I'll share the link in the show notes below. It's been a delight to be here with you. I really appreciate your listening in, and I appreciate all your comments. It means so much to me. And I will look forward to continuing this journey together. Again, I'm Claudia Braun, holistic mindset and lifestyle coach for busy professional women who are really good at saying yes to them others, but not as good as saying yes to themselves. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.